Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
I've been a member of EO Dallas for some 12 years, and I'm so excited about my next guest because he just joined our forum, and he is a young man. He has accomplished more in his lifetime than I could in 5 lifetimes. Dan Demsky is in the studio. He's with Unbound Merino. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate the compliment.
Well, I asked you right before the show, when was the last time you worked for someone? And you had to think about it. You had to go back to your teenage years. Was the last time you had an employer?
Yeah, that's because I'm unemployable.
So you had a journey before you started Unbound. What did you do before that?
My first business was a video production agency, which I was just a little side hustle that I started with my buddies, and we really loved doing it, and we were good at it, and it sort of just grew bit by bit, and we started hiring people into my mom's basement, and before you knew it, we had our first business. It wasn't our plan; it just happened.
All right, so tell us how Unbound started.
Well, my first business was it lasted for 7 years, and I only transitioned out of it because we started Unbound, and Unbound was my attempt to do something different. I felt in the services business like I was stuck. I felt like a prisoner in my own company. I always had to be in boardrooms, pitching, closing deals, and eat what you kill. So I started thinking, I want to create a product, and I want to sell something online that makes money while I sleep. I don't know what that thing is. And long story short, we came up with this idea from my own travels. I thought, I want to make the kind of clothing I want to travel with. So I went to my 2 best buds who I worked with in my other company, and I said, here's my idea. I want to create a new business. And they were like, let's do it. So we took a swing, tried to make this thing work, and it sort of worked right out of the gate. It took us 2 years to start, but we hit the ground running and started working. People wanted what we were selling.
All right, we're going to put up your website, and as we scroll down the website, I want you to talk about the garments and the different things that you offer and what makes it so travel friendly.
So we make clothing that's made of merino wool. It's a really premium fabric, and what makes it special is it's antibacterial, it's odor resistant, it's temperature regulating, it's wrinkle resistant. So it's really good for packing light because you can pack less pieces. You can wear them more. You get more mileage out of it, and we make all our clothing to be really versatile. So the same shirt that you'll wear out for your day hike, you can throw on a sport jacket, a nice pair of pants, a nice watch, and it will look great going out for dinner. So we make these versatile performance pieces that help travelers pack light, and that's what our whole business is based on. It's that message: pack less, experience more, and it's just a really, really premium fabric. And most people, when they try it for the first time, they're a little skeptical because it's not cheap. It's a very expensive fabric to work with. But once they try it, they're hooked and they get it. And then they come back, and we've developed these relationships with our customers that spanned, in many cases, the entirety of our business.
So I'm imagining it's kind of wrinkle free. So if I was packing a backpack with your clothing, I could pull it out of the backpack and put it on?
Absolutely. You know, and even if there are some wrinkles, they just release, and you wear them for a few minutes and they sort of release themselves. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's become a global brand. You have 40 employees underneath you around the globe. I'm really impressed with what you've created. And Dan, I urge you to follow him on social media because he creates these great how-to videos and tutorials. Let's go ahead and roll one.
This is the Ultralight travel backpack. It packs down small enough to disappear in your luggage, but unfolds into a fully functional work bag. Slim, modular, and designed to move with you from airport lounge to co-working space and everything in between. It's your in-transit carry-all, your in-flight organizer, and your mobile office all in one. Let me show you how it works. Inside, we have a soft touch laptop sleeve. This is going to fit up to a 16-inch laptop, and right below it, another sleeve. Great for your iPad, your Kindle, or whatever else you're traveling with. A little slot for your pen right here. On the other side, there's a hanging mesh pocket, great for sunglasses, AirPods, or anything else you want to have protected. A bigger catch-all pocket, great to put a book in there, or maybe a sweater or something else that you want to have separated from everything else in the main compartment. A handy pocket up top. This is a drop-down pocket if you want to put your phone in there, your wallet, something you don't want to carry on. You want to have a good place to just put it down. But there's also a little hidden AirTag pocket in there. You can hide an AirTag away, keep your bag safe. You'll always know where everything is. On either side of the bag, there's expandable water bottle pockets. If you're not using them, you can zip them shut. Keeps everything nice and flush. So another one of my favorite features are all the web loops that exist all over the bag. So if you use the carabiner, you clip it to the web loops. You can add a pair of shoes hanging, a water bottle, anything that wouldn't fit in the bag that you want to add on. This is an easy way to do it. These are also on the back straps, and this is actually good for theft prevention. People will sometimes go to your bag and snag it away from you right while you're working in a cafe or something. So one way to prevent that is to use the carabiner clip on both sides of the straps, and you can clip it to the other side. So with the carabiner, if you clip the two straps together, you can put it around the leg of your chair, and if anyone tries to steal your bag, they won't be able to take off with it. And if you are carrying this through the airport, on the back, there's a luggage pass-through, so if you have a roller carry-on, it will slide right on top, and you'll roll through the airport no problem. And the whole thing's made of a weather-resistant 210D nylon with AquaGuard, YKK zippers, so no matter what the weather throws at it, you're covered. But the real game changer is this, the modular tech sleeve. That's right, this bag's actually a 2-in-1. Basically, everything you want to carry, whether it's for your remote work situation or through the airport, it all goes in here. So inside, you have a sleeve, fits up to an 11-inch iPad. And then if you look at the compartments, they're all mesh, they're all stretchable, and you can just put it all in here. So your laptop chargers, your phone chargers go in here. In the hanging mesh pouch, you can put your sunglasses, you can put your earbuds, whatever it is that you need with you. You can put a power bank, you put your cables. Another really cool feature is on the back, it also has the fidlock attachment. So there's a strap that comes with the tech sleeve. You don't have to hold it the whole time. You don't have to stow it away in your luggage. You can wear it as a sling. The strap clips right in.
And this thing goes from being a tech sleeve to a tech sling.
When you're done with it, pull it off, pack it away. And it's nice and thin profile, so it slides behind the airplane seat nice and easily. And again, everything's with you all the time, all at once. And one last feature, the hidden pocket on the back, that's for your passport or your boarding passes. So if you are using it in the airport, everything's contained with you. Everything you need can go in here, and you'll be good for the whole airport experience. So when you have your laptop and everything you need in your bag, and all your tech in the sleeve, you just slide it in. It clips magnetically right inside, everything's secure, your entire remote work office, it's all together, it's all right here. I built this bag for travelers like us, people who work remotely, move constantly, and need their gear to keep up. Grab your Ultralight travel backpack today and carry smarter on every journey.
Well, I'm just impressed with your attention to detail. So when had you started thinking about this backpack?
That was just a year ago. So I make this stuff for me. I'm traveling all the time. My office is my backpack. It's my laptop. So I can be anywhere. I'm away more than half the year. And I felt like I never had a backpack that I could pack away that had all the functionality that I needed for my workday. And I just thought, well, I created this brand for me. I'll create the backpack for me. It's all on the idea that there must be more people like me. So if I make it for me, hopefully other people like it too. And that's what the backpack design was. So
No,
it's out there now.
I think it's brilliant, Dan, because probably most of the backpacks are designed by people who don't do as much traveling as you do. They're designing it for functionality, but probably most to make a profit. And you really you almost reversed engineered this and said, if I wanted the perfect backpack experience, what would it look like? What features would it have?
Yeah. So when we first started doing the backpack, and it was our first time dipping into the world of accessories outside of apparel. I got my business partner, I got our head of design, I got our head of marketing, and I was going through the features with them, and they were adding ideas and saying, I don't like this thing and I don't like that. And I was sitting there and realizing I have this committee designing this backpack where I know exactly what I want. And I stopped the meeting and I was like, guys, I'm going to end it right here. No, I wasn't offending anyone. These are all my close friends. I'm like, I don't want your opinions. I'm just going to work on this myself. I made it just for me. And that it turned, I feel like committees can ruin any good idea. So I got rid of them. I did exactly the way I wanted, and I made exactly what it should be. And it turned out the best that way.
Has it become a hit? I mean, is it a bestseller?
It's new. We don't sell as much as our clothing, but it's sold out, and version 2 is coming out. Version 2 is even better. So you saw the video there. There's all these little tweaks that we made and all these little improvements. But yeah, I think people are waiting for version 2, and they're quite excited.
You do a lot of podcasting. We're going to show some video of you on someone else's podcast. And I think on this show, you were talking about entrepreneurship. So give some wisdom, because the trendy thing these days is become an entrepreneur. But it's not for everyone. I mean, a lot of 9-to-5ers probably couldn't tolerate the risk that goes along with becoming an entrepreneur. So what's your advice?
Some of us just have the itch. And I think sometimes we talk ourselves out of things. I think it's very cliche to say you have to believe in yourself. I feel I'm gagging and wanting to say this out loud. I'm going to say the whole believe in yourself thing, but it's true. Sometimes the people that do the thing and start a business that's really successful, they're kind of almost delusional at first. They think they can do something that might not make sense, but they're only delusional until it works. And I've always just been optimistic. That's kind of the secret sauce. I remember when we started this company, we did a crowdfunding campaign, and a crowdfunding campaign is trying to get pre-sales of your product before you even launch it. And we worked for almost 2 years to get this crowdfunding campaign up. Then we launched it, and it was either going to work or it wasn't. And it worked. We were trying to do $30,000 in pre-sales in the first month, and we ended up doing $400,000. And my business partner turned to me, who's my childhood best friend, and he said, I can't believe that worked. And I said, what do you mean? He said, I just didn't think that it would actually work and people would actually buy this thing. And I thought, so why did you spend 2 years working on it? He's like, I don't know. I was bored. It seemed fun. I wanted to hang out. But in my head, of course it was going to work. I didn't even question it. I thought I thought maybe we'd be marginally successful. Maybe we'd do $50,000 in pre-sales or something, but it was going to work. So I think that optimism gene has helped me get started. And I think everyone should realize they can. Every great business started with someone just saying, I think I can do it. And most of them are no smarter than you or I. So you just have to believe.
Well, you have to be nimble. You have to be adaptable to changes. So for you, life kind of threw you a curveball when the Trump tariffs took effect. So tell us how you navigated that.
That's the day we became American. We were very happy running our business in Canada, but most of our customers are in the US, and we needed to adapt quickly. That was a really stressful time for me. I felt like maybe I wasn't steering the ship the way I should have been. And that was a really great moment where I got in a video call with my accountant, head of finance, and my business partners. And my partner, he had this weird smile on his face, and he said, this is going to be fun. And that's when I'm like, you know what? I love working with these guys. And we had to adapt quick. We had to set up a business in the US and find warehousing here. And we had, the time was ticking. We had to do it really, really fast. And there's a lot of legal work involved. So we knew what our focus was. We had to make it happen. And when you know what you have to do, you climb over walls, you break them down. And I think it was like 2 or 3 months that we had, and we made it all happen. And I'll never forget that first day where we shipped our first order from our Dallas warehouse. Where I can't believe we did that.
Mm.
And, you know, we're all spread out. I was in Australia at the time, you know, so we're in Australia, we're in the US, we're in Canada, and working together to make this thing happen. And we did. So yeah, things like that happen all the time. You have to be willing to roll the punches, and you have to be willing to roll up your sleeves when the time calls for it.
Almost embrace adversity, because adversity can make you pivot in a direction that could actually be more profitable for the company. All of us, I think, are in entrepreneurship. We get in a rut. We're doing the same thing, and then life throws us a curveball, and you have to get creative. So, was there a blessing that came out of that for you?
It, like you said, adversity does create strength. I have a friend. He said, anytime there's a person or a situation that almost puts us at risk of the whole business falling apart, he's like, right away, I want to buy a bouquet of flowers for that person or for that event, because whatever comes from that makes you stronger on the other end. And I think that is completely true. Like, even with, you know, we're a travel product, and when COVID happened, there was a global travel ban. Like, how are you going to sell a travel product when there's no travel in the entire world? Well, you figure it out, and you look at your business, and you find, where are we spending more than we need to? Let's tighten the operation. Let's be a little smarter. Let's be careful. And then as you do that, you learn, I'm like, oh, wow, we're running the business better than we ever have. And you get through it, and you're better for it. Same thing with tariffs. Same with anything that feels like it's like a death blow to you. It always works out to being better. Your mission in business is to not get knocked out of the game. And if you don't get knocked out of the game, you're getting better, you're getting bigger, you're learning, you're getting wiser, and you always get the lessons from those hard moments, for sure.
Dan, we have about 2 minutes left. So final thoughts. What do you want to leave the audience with?
You know, if we're on the topic of entrepreneurship, it's a life pursuit. It's the most fun thing in the world. You have to learn to be quite stoic. You get to do things your way. Sometimes you have to be all in on it, and sometimes it's all consuming, but you get to craft life the way you want to. So if my story helps someone believe in themselves and take that leap, just one person, that would be awesome.
Outstanding. Dan, thank you for sharing your heart and your wisdom with us. We're going to end with his website, which is unboundmerino.com, the great Dan Demsky. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.